Alright, if my claim earlier, right, was that they are freed from all restrictions, and then I showed a scan, I actually showed two scans, right, that say that they're freed from all restrictions, I not only have fulfilled my burden, but I have somewhat of a preponderance of evidence on my side, because I have two scans showing the exact same
Mhm.
thing.
They're free from all restrictions that are shown in the Umineko verse.
No, it just says all restrictions as a whole.
But why would that
It
extend
says
outside of
all
Umineko?
restrictions, meaning all. You know what all means? I'll show you the
Yep.
definition of all.
I know what all means.
No, you don't.
Why?
Because you clearly don't know what it means.
Mm.
Used to refer to the whole quantity or extent of a particular group or thing. The whole
Mhm.
quantity. Okay, that's
And what
specifically
a
what
restriction?
we're talking about.
Let me show you the definition of restrictions.
Like, it's literally stated to be free from all restrictions. I don't care what your definition.
Let me show you the definition of
Don't
restrictions.
care.
I'm gonna show you now.
Why
I'm
does
gonna
the
show the definition because
restrictions in like our verse yeah, why does the restrictions, right, that apply to us or like in our Google, right, apply to the creator?
well, what is a restriction in Umineko then? Like
What is
describe what a restriction
restricting?
would be.
I don't have to prove what's restricting
Then
Umineko
why
as a
would not be
verse.
the same?
Okay, if anything, right, I would have to. I don't have to prove this, but what's restricting the creator? Nothing is stated. Means that
Nope. A
that
restriction is
completely,
a limit.
completely.
Look
Hold
at
on,
the definition.
let me talk.
Look at the
Let me
definition.
talk. Let
A
me talk. Beings that completely, like meaning encompassing all, lost all, meaning everything, restrictions. Actually, I have two scans for that. Hold on, let me go to the other one. I have two. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Okay, free from all restrictions. All right. So you saying whatever you're trying to prove right here doesn't matter because it's straight up stated that he's free from everything. Like you agree, right? That like having to sustain himself is a restriction or like a limit that like someone has to uphold to, or like being able to breathe is like a restriction or a limit on someone's body, or being able to like even even like having your feet off the ground means you're like not restricted by gravity. Like creating everything means you're not restricted by space-time, considering you can create them, and creation is over destruction, meaning you scale above them. Like he's not restricted by anything. So you trying to prove that he's restricted by something when I have two scans proving that he's restricted by nothing makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that all concepts would apply here too.
Yep, everything. Completely free from all restrictions.
Mm-hmm. The ones who create the fate are gods and the creator. However, the fact that it's is it saying that the creator created them alone or with the gods?
Oh no, it's referencing like like multiple creators. Cause like when you get like too strong in the verse, you can like you turn into the creator.
Mm-hmm. So what creator are you going to right now? Like what number of creator?
There's no, there's just
Mm.
there's multiple like I don't think there's multiple creators at the same time, but there's just multiple creators like ever. So it's still
Oh, so
referencing
you
the
mean
creators.
like in different time periods?
I mean maybe he would be unrestricted by time, so I guess that could work.
How do like so if the
Oh,
gods
create
and the if
fate?
there
Isn't that fate manipulation? Yes, sir.
what if there are multiple creators, then they
Not specifically multiple creators.
you just said there are multiple
Okay,
creators but different
I
time
they
periods.
can
But then
be.
they'd be
I said
restricted by
no, no, no.
time.
Listen. I said there can be, right? It's possible for that to be the case, but there's no evidence supporting it. I'm just saying it's
So
possible.
then what's a god? So then what's a god in like Umineko? Can you like
No, they're
because
referring to the creator. I don't have to answer that. All that is
oh
in my
so
scan is that they're referencing the creator as like the god,
mm-hmm. The ones who create fate are the gods
and the
and the
creator.
Are you two still wasting your time on this?
Yes, he keeps making me
all
explain
right.
How
everything. He's
have you
like
not beaten him
Spade.
yet?
He's literally like Spade. He has contentions with everything I say. Every sentence I have to explain out in like 3 paragraphs
No,
worth.
I don't. I'm not that
Here,
bad.
here, look,
You're
look,
not
look, look.
even.
I'll just beat him for you. So, what's your problem with his argument?
Oh, nothing right now because he just like proved everything.
Oh
Yeah, he
wow.
just like proved everything, and how did he do so? Did he show a scan for each one?
So two.
All right, here,
Like
here, here, Kesby, right? You know a scan is all you have to show. You don't even have to say what's in it, right?
Yeah, I
If
know.
there's like proof needed, you just have to provide the scan, and then it becomes their burden to prove it to be uncredible.
Yeah, I told him that a lot of times.
Hold on.
uh, so what are you getting the creator with this boundless?
Yep.
Okay, because he has no restrictions.
Mhm.
Okay, why would having no restrictions be boundless?
We're going back
Can
to
you
the
like
main point.
yeah, just I know. Let's go back to the main point of
No,
why it
this
would be
is the
boundless.
main point. This is the first point we were arguing, and now you're going back on it.
What?
We argued this point a long time ago. This is the first contention you had.
Or
Now I'll explain it one more time, right? So
mm-hmm,
you know that high outer. Well, no, you know that outer, right? It's its own. It's like structure or realm, like of existence, right? And that high outer, I mean, no, outer, right, is bound by outer plus. Baseline outer is bound by outer plus, correct?
mm-hmm,
All
yeah.
right. And outer plus is bounded by high outer, meaning no matter how many layers you stack on top of like high outer, you can no, not many. I can't talk. No matter how many layers you stack on top of outer plus, you cannot get to high outer. You have to existentially or conceptually transcend it. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. So high
Oh,
outer
sorry,
would
no, I
also
thought
be
you were
bound by
done.
boundless.
Let's finish first.
Finish what?
Tell me when you're done with your explanation.
Oh, and high outer, right, would also be bound by boundless. And okay, I'll just say you agree then, since you don't have any consensus with that. So
Yeah, high outer is
boundless,
restricted by boundless.
yeah, boundless would not be restricted by anything. I'm not gonna say just because it's on the top of the tier list, even though that would be correct, but that's just like trying to substantiate proof with proof of the same thing that I'm trying to like substantiate, right? So, right, you cannot stack layers onto like each of the tiers that are above outer versal. Basically, tier 1 to tier 0, right? I mean, not tier 1,
Mm-hmm.
outer to boundless, right? So, if there, you since you can't stack layers to get like higher strength, right? You have to conceptually transcend it, right? If high outer, I mean outer plus like transcends outer, and the high outer transcends that, boundless transcends that. There's nothing that transcends boundless, right? So it would be basically, it says right. It says on the tier there is no true endpoint, but the problem with that is it still is a endpoint to some extent, right? Because you cannot go above boundless. The point of being boundless, right, is being transcendently abstract to all levels of existence, including high outer or high 1A structures in realms or hierarchies, and also like 1A structures, realms, and hierarchies, right? So you wouldn't be bounded by outer verses basically. So you would be at the highest like level of existence, meaning you aren't bound by anything. Nothing can bound you. So that's basically
So
the same with like restrictions, because
boundless.
like if you're
I
bounded
get
by
it. So
something,
he's
you're also
boundless.
restricted by it.
All
Yeah.
right, I get it. So you're saying that he's boundless.
Mhm.
Okay, so we both have our characters at boundless.
Yeah. We skip hacks
Now,
now.
all right, what hacks does the creator have?
Uh, Now I want you to start first. I haven't actually gotten mine ready.
You're still scaling, so it'd be easier, but
Bruh. Okay,
like
whatever.
this one, like
All right,
so,
actually, let me
like
get to the definition real quick.
list some
Mathematics
things.
manipulation. Do you know what mathematics
Why does he have
manipulation is?
mathematics manipulation?
I'm just asking, like, do you know what it is?
Um, it's controlling like manipulating math.
No, it actually has infinite possibilities. Oh no, mathematics itself has infinite possibilities, but no, it's not
There's no
specifically only
floor for me, so
manipulating math. Here's the definition for it, and I'll
okay.
advise you like after this debate. to like get a character to mathematics manipulation, because this is very OP, right? And here's what I'm gonna use with it. That like the possible actually I sent the wrong one, but it doesn't matter. Like a possible use of mathematics manipulation is manipulating the probability of something happening. You know that, right? Actually,
Probability method.
literal versus but not like I'm not saying that Versus Battles Wiki is over Superpower Wiki, but Versus Battles Wiki also states this. So like he would be minute. So I'm saying right, you know that actually I'm gonna send you the scan real quick. It says at the top right. I'll explain. This is how it's mathematics manipulation, by the way. They can give birth to the one from zero, basically saying they can give birth to something from nothing, give birth to the endless or the infinity, so they can create zero from, and they can create infinity from zero or one, and then they can return it back to zero in a flash. Basically, trying to say they can instantly, whenever they want, just return something back into nothing, right?
That's hold up. So you're saying a creator can give birth to zero, or like give
No, he
birth
can
to
give,
one.
well, technically give birth to zero, but he can. It's basically like casuality manipulation. I could get him to that, but that's overkill, right? So basically, right, he can get one, he can get zero from one, and he can also get one from zero.
You
Okay.
can get 0 to 1 and can get 1 from
Yeah, it
0.
says at the top they can give birth to one from zero or nothing from something.
Mhm.
Something from nothing, right? And then they can return it back to zero in a flash, or they can take one and return it back to zero. And that also says, right, they can give birth to the endless, meaning they can give birth to the infinite from one or zero, correct?
So give birth to the endless means give birth to the infinite.
Yeah, endless is
So
basically
we can make
infinite.
1 from 0, 0 from 1, and can make infinite from 0.
Yep, it can make infinite from either. And also revert that infinity back to like zero in a flash.
So give birth to 1 from 0, create infinity, and then return infinity to 0. Okay.
Yep, can create and revert back to zero, both one and
What is
infinity.
it? What is it talking about here?
These just like general statement. Like they also
Like
says under
what is
that
like
like
what is
they're
they
free
can
from
like
all
what is
restrictions. So it's just like talking about like it. Yeah, this also says they're free from all restrictions, but like it's basically just like a general statement that would be referring to everything, like
mm,
anything, because like they create everything, so they would also be
yeah.
referring to like their
All
creation
right. So this is
abilities.
like a definition of like mathematics. What I found from the thing you sent.
Yep.
Um. So change the quantity, structure, space change to manipulating the laws and foundation of mathematics. So
It's very
allowing
OP.
the user to change the principle of numeracy, for instance, altering the distance between two destinations, break the laws of physics through altering mathematical
Like
equations.
you can like manipulate like the equation of like how space time are like linked and alter reality that way. That's just one example. Or like change
But
logic to like mathematical formats.
this doesn't show that you can manipulate
Huh?
mathematics. This just shows that you can.
Not all of it. I have
Hold up.
one left.
Oh, are you there?
Okay.
Yo, Kezi. Um, do you just like are you just leaving? Or are you gonna like concede or something? I don't know. Do you have to go or you're not really answering? So
Yeah.
um, I guess like are you there? Are you um? Can you like call me or something like? You can like DM me. I mean, um, guess I'll take a concession. I mean,
Hold on.
to leave. Oh, you're there.
Look what I
Yeah,
typed
what do you
in
need?
scans one.
Your mama said you ain't did no
Oh
irate.
my
I have.
god.
Well, show her
Alright.
later
I'll
how
give
many you
you
have done.
10 minutes.
Okay.
That should be enough time.
Don't forget.
Okay. You there?
Yeah.
All right. It's the perfect time to get yelled at.
Oh, you got yelled at? Bro, that's tough.
Basically, it's
Did you do
very
your homework at
convenient.
least?
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. So with like mathematics manipulation, right? You can change like how logic works to like mathematical formats. Let's say like speed, like usually, right? Equal is time equal no, time divided by distance or something like that, right? Well, distance divided by time. But the creator could like make it so like time or speed doesn't exist, and then it's just undefinable.
So make the time and speed a 0?
Yep, basically defying how
That
logic
formula.
works.
Basically, but like through mathematics, right?
Yep, can make 2 plus 2 equals 5, like become like a correct equation, stuff like that.
But you already stated that Rienhard is boundless.
Yep, yeah. What about it?
So why would that even like
What do
matter?
you mean?
He's boundless, but would he bound by mathematics, by that logic?
Okay, so then why are we scaling hacks? If you want to
I don't
really
know, you
get
wanted to
into it,
skill hacks, bro. You
yes,
like you
that's how you
said, but
settle the fight between two boundless characters.
yeah, you said like let's go hacks.
Because technically, right, if you want to be so hyper literal about it, since we're both boundless, we both
It'd be
scale
a
over like
stalemate.
all hacks, meaning that we both just can't do anything to each other, which just defeats the
Technically,
entire purpose of the debate.
realistically, that is what it would be. Like,
Yes, but we don't count it as that. We use hacks to like scale two boundless or outer high order characters.
really?
Yeah.
Why?
Actually, for two equal stats characters in general, you use hacks, but
Mm.
mostly boundless characters. Since we're both like boundless, only way we could like defeat each other is through hacks. Otherwise, if we just both boundless, then we wouldn't
But
like
like hacks
literally
wouldn't.
do anything.
But why would hacks even like affect like your boundless being either? Like none of
It's
our
not you're
hacks would
thinking
affect
too
each
hard
other.
about it. It's just you use hacks when two people are boundless or aren't bound by
Really?
anything.
Okay, so hold up.
Wait, right, and you still oh, your mic's muted.
All right, sorry, I'm back. You know, my dad came in too.
Yeah. All right, so like
Um,
technically, actually, right, my character also still does like I'm like in some more examples of like mathematics manipulation. Like I can manipulate space via like how like space itself
wait,
like works.
like you mean the like wait with mathematics you can manipulate space and what else?
Like I can manipulate space, also technically time. Like the geometry, trigonometry, that's all like part of like space manipulation kind of. And I could also do probability manipulation, which is what I'm mainly doing.
So you're using probability manipulation. Okay.
Yeah, so since I can like give birth
And
to the
what
infinite,
over here?
I'm gonna make it like I say like as a win con, right? The creator makes it infinitely probable that your character loses. Or actually infinitely probable that I win the fight. Either one. Rotten. Rotten, you there? Rotten. Hello?
My dad came in again.
Yeah, so like I'll just say like as a win con, the creator makes it infinitely probable that one, I win the fight, and two, that your character loses.
I wasn't there for that time. Can you like? Cause I had to.
That's
My
it.
dad like
I
needed
just
me.
explained it.
I know, but like, wait. All I heard you say was that he beats it. He
Alright.
beats him. Like I didn't
Since
really
he's
hear
like
why.
probability manipulation, right, and can give birth to the infinite, or the limitless, or the endless, whatever, that's how infinite works, it's endless. Give birth to the infinite, right? My character, or the creator, makes it infinitely probable that one, you lose the fight. It makes it infinitely probable that you two cannot win the fight.
Why would giving birth to infinity mean that he can manipulate the probability of it?
That's how okay, you know, like this mathematics that they do in the scan. It's mathematics manipulation, and you can manipulate probability through mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, anything that requires numbers basically falls under mathematics manipulation. If actually every mathematics manipulation is like almost near like infinite amount of things you could do,
Mm-hmm.
like in theory at least.
And isn't that a concept though? Mathematics.
Mathematics is a concept. You could say it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna show you Reinhard's what's it
What
called?
does he have?
His
Concept
hacks. I'm not gonna
manipulation?
what
Does he have concept manipulation? Even then, it wouldn't like.
he can
Well, technically, maybe. I don't know.
because you just said it's like you agreed on that point where it's a concept.
I didn't agree that probability was a concept. That's what I'm really
Math.
skipping.
You said mathematics falls under the what's it called? You know what I mean. You said it falls under prop. You said mathematics falls under
You
probability,
know,
but if mathematics is a constant, that can be like
hold on,
that. And Reinhardt is over that. Then
hold on,
why
hold on,
would
hold
he
on.
be below probability? That
Why?
makes no
Okay,
sense.
you're trying to say that he can manipulate the concept of mathematics to do what?
He can like he's above. Like, he can destroy it. He's above it
Destroy the concept of mathematics.
with his hacks. Yeah.
So what would that do?
Since then he would like
So you destroy mathematics manipulation. What else? Well,
he
what does that
destroys
really
the
do?
creators. Like that's he just cancels out his hacks.
You know that like I don't have to specifically say that I'm using mathematics manipulation to say that I have probability manipulation
Then how does he have probability manipulation?
because he can give
Other
birth to
than
the infinite as a general statement, right? And when they talk about the creator, they're usually always most actually always like in the three scans that I have, they're talking about like things as like a whole. So they would be talking about like give birth to the infinite as a whole. So it can do anything in regards to like giving birth to infinity. And that's also
so
supported
why
by how
would
like
giving
make
birth
hey,
to
I'm
the
not
infinite?
finished. I'm not finished.
Oh, sorry.
And it's also
My bad.
supported how like they can create everything, right? And that they created everything, right? So they would also be like this would be like a term that's like referencing to like everything. So basically, right, my character would be able to do anything with this infinity or manipulate any infinity from anything they want to, right? And then that just falls under probability manipulation because I can make it
Okay,
infinitely probable that I
but
win the
that would
fight
be
and that you
but
lose the fight.
but that's just arbitrary.
Why?
Look, you said that most of them, but in here that's just making
Most
like a
of them
general
for what?
statement. There's no true epistemological value
Hold
of
on, most
that.
of them for what?
There's not 100% chance of it
Most of
being
them for
actually
what?
like what?
You said most of them. Most of them for what?
Like you said that in most of the scans you send it
No,
refers
like all the
to
scans. Every scan I send, it literally
except for
has
the
general statements on
regarding
every scan.
creators.
Yeah, actually, I'll
Except for the
send.
regarding.
No, hold on. I'll send you the other two scans, and then you still have the third one. But all three of these scans in total.
Those are the
I'll
same
send this
scans.
setup. I copy image and it sends the exact same thing.
Are you on phone or PC?
PC.
Oh.
So like in both these scans and the other one, right? It refers to everything as in like general statements. Because if they wanted to like make it specific, they would have explained it. But they never make it specific. They never not only make it specific, but on top of that, they refer to like everything general, like generalizing everything as a whole. So
Okay, but so you're saying that in those two scans, it shows that it refers to all,
yep,
right?
any type of giving birth to the infinite or returning it back to zero, whatever, do any of that.
But why would that even? Why would that? That's just showing two scans that do it, but you'd have to. But you can't really like put that in the same category as something that doesn't even do that. Just using by the assumption that because the others did it, this one will
Why?
too. Because it doesn't say that the red one does.
It
The red
doesn't.
scan doesn't
What does it not
doesn't
say?
explicitly apply it.
Imply
And
what?
why would it even be
What? No.
implied?
What does it not imply?
That the endless is like every single like
It doesn't need to
infinite.
imply that as long as I've shown it that to be. I'll use inductive reasoning for this, right? As long as I've shown it to be more probable that he's referencing everything, unless you can show like the exact same amount of like evidence to my interpretation. My interpretation is more like my interpretation is better than yours for the time being until you can provide the same amount of evidence and the same amount of assumptions that I have.
Okay, so what are you using? You're using the fact that because the creator is, and because in most of his scans it
Because
says that
yeah, in all the scans,
all.
he's talking about like the three ones I sent, right? They not only never deny the possibility of being able to like give birth to the infinite from anything, they never deny that fact, right? And also they make literal general statements that are referring to like anything, right? So they never deny the existence of them being to do anything. They also, right, say that they can do anything by extension of how like sentences and like the diction inside of sentences work. So
Okay, but
that would
any
mean
any any being not bounded by restrictions, and like that's not really part of his hacks. That's just like part of
what?
his.
It
He
doesn't need
is
to
like
be as part of his hacks. He
boundless
can create infinite from whatever he wants to. He can
because he's
control infinite. He
boundless.
can manipulate infinity.
But that's using more of like his what he is because of his boundless.
He can
Not really.
manipulate infinity. What are you talking about? He
If
can
every
manipulate infinity, but you just keep saying he's boundless. What does that
because
have to
you're
do?
using his boundless some of his like his boundless things like not being restricted by all, which would
That's
like.
not, and that's not even what I said. Literally, as simple as I can get it to you, he can control anything infinite. He can manipulate infinity itself, give birth to the infinite from nothing, and return that infinite back into nothing.
And that's mathematics manipulation, right?
I mean, it can be, but I'm not referring to mathematics manipulation specifically
Well, you
because you're
just
apparent.
no, you
Hey,
literally
let me
brought up.
finish. Let me finish.
You're no, you're
Because you're
like
no, let
you
me
know you're.
finish. Let me finish. Because your character, right, had already quote unquote destroyed mathematics manipulation, right? So I can't
I
use it
didn't
right
show
now.
you.
So if your character destroys mathematics manipulation, right, I don't have to specifically refer to this as mathematics manipulation. I can just skip the entire point entirely because the creators like in the scans I sent, right, are referring to everything.
What if you're just dropping the point entirely? Wouldn't that be be a burden of a joiner? Because you're dropping
How am
like
I dropping the point?
you just said.
No, because you destroyed mathematics manipulation, idiot. How am I supposed to use it if I can't? You destroyed it,
But
right?
you were
Because your character has
no,
with
because you were
concept
basing. I
manipulation.
didn't even I didn't even show that you could do that yet. But second off, you're just making it up for
So
something
you
that you
just
can.
brought up
And third,
something that you didn't know that was gonna happen.
no, you can do it. Like, but let me show you.
Okay,
Can
so
I
if
show
you
you
can
first?
do it, then why would I
Can I show
jeopardize
you first?
myself like that?
Because you
You
made
shouldn't
the
have mentioned
point.
it.
That is your main point.
That's not my main
And
point.
you did say,
My main
and literally,
point is
like,
that he can. No, listen.
and you
I
literally
was
did say,
using
I
Let me
literally,
talk.
no, you
Let me
did
talk.
say,
Let me explain. I was using mathematics manipulation, right, to simplify it for you as a medium to get to probability manipulation. I can skip the mathematics manipulation part entirely. I do not have to go
but
through
you didn't,
mathematics manipulation.
but you didn't,
I did
but you
that to
didn't,
help you,
but you
right?
didn't.
I didn't do
Okay,
it. You're
thank
not
you.
understanding. I didn't
Thank you for
do it.
helping me.
Let me talk. I didn't do it because it would make it simpler for you to understand it. I don't need mathematics manipulation.
But you base your
That's
point off
just
that.
what it
I
is.
don't. It's not. I don't really think that I need to know whether you need it or not. What the main point is, and what's relevant right here is that you did use it,
I did
and
use
you
it for
can't
you.
just
I
drop
didn't.
that
It's
point.
not. My argument is not contingent on it. My argument is not
Really? Because
predicated on it.
I'm pretty sure
My
that you're
argument
basing off.
does not
I would like. I'm
depend.
pretty
Let
sure.
me talk.
I'm pretty
Let
sure I
me
heard you
talk.
say
Let me
that.
talk. Let me talk. Let me explain. You keep interrupting me. That's annoying. My argument is not based entirely on mathematics manipulation. I can survive with and without it, right? So let's say, for example, what you would be correct in, right, is if I had mathematics manipulation as like my hacks, right? And I'm like, oh, so he uses mathematics manipulation to beat you up. He controls the equation of speed, makes you immobile, and beats you up. And you're like, no, my character can destroy that concept. And you're like, oh. But what I'm saying, right, instead of that, is that I don't need mathematics manipulation, but I used it, right, just to simplify my argument.
I
I do not
see.
need to use mathematics manipulation, nor is my argument based around it at all.
So you're saying that he has probability manipulation. That's your main
Basically,
argument. Okay.
that's all I'm
Well,
trying
I
to get to.
mean, if you didn't know, probability is like a branch of mathematics, and mathematics manipulation kind of
It's
like
okay,
holds
but no,
probability. Like,
it's
I mean,
advanced
you said
mathematics
mathematics is a
actually.
concept. Like, tell me, I'm gonna use this like analogy right here. Um, let me use something simple so you can understand it.
If you
Okay.
destroy mathematics, why doesn't it mean you destroy all the branches of it?
Look, let's say
You
you
know,
have a
like
box.
logic applies to mathematics too.
I know. Look. Let's say you have a box. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the box is like a, I don't know, like a dildo or like, and a few crystals. Okay. You
Uh-huh.
got it right. Now then, if there's someone who like erases like the entire existence of the box, and the dildo, the dildo and the crystals were inside the box, and like they were
They would
existing
just
inside
fall
the
on the
box.
floor. You're not trying to, you're not, let's
No, no,
say,
no. The box would be
actually,
erased,
no,
but
no,
the
no.
dildo. Why would the
Here's how
dildo?
I'll give
Why
you
would
a,
the dildo
hold
survive?
on,
Why would the
hold
dildo?
on. Can I talk?
Tell me why the dildo
Can
would
I
survive.
talk? Can I talk, Rotten?
Okay, tell me
I'll
why.
give you an
All right,
example that works better than that. Let's say there's a bottle of water,
dildo.
right? And then you destroy the bottle. The water just falls on the floor. You're not like erasing the water out of the bottle. You're just trying to destroy the bottle. So if all
That
you're
would be
trying to
erasing
do,
the
let me
bottle,
talk.
not the water
Let me
bubble.
talk. If all you're trying to do, right, is destroy the bottle or destroying mathematics manipulation, right? Water does not have to be inside of a bottle, so therefore water can exist without the bottle, right? So probability manipulation can exist without mathematics. You can destroy mathematics, but that doesn't mean that it destroys.
Mathematics.
That doesn't mean
Can you
that it
prove that
destroys the
prob?
branches of it.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that statement. Can you prove that probability can? Because I think that's also
I
I
gave
think
you
that's a pretty
reasoning,
extraordinary
bro.
thing.
Let
So
me
I'm
give you
gonna. You
reasoning.
said the probability can like exist without mathematics itself. So I'm gonna apply the Sagan right here. So can you show that
You said so what?
probability can exist without mathematics? Applying
I
the
just gave you
Sagan case.
reasoning for it.
No, but
If you
like
just
that's not reasoning.
if you erase a bottle from existence, you're not specifically trying to erase the water inside of the bottle, so that water will
Probably
just fall on the floor.
mathematics is not just the bottle. Mathematics. Why wouldn't mathematics not be the water inside of it too? Why would mathematics not be the
Why
entire
would
thing
okay,
full?
mathematics is the medium to which the probability manipulation can be channeled, right? Or probably actually mathematics is just the medium that probability can be used to like channel through, right? So if you just destroy the bottle, which is used as a medium to contain the water, you're not destroying the water inside the bottle. You're just destroying the bottle, and the water falls on the floor.
Okay, but
Meaning that
that's
my probability manipulation might make less sense, but that doesn't mean that it can't exist without the bottle. Because water can exist without a bottle. You know that, right? So
yes,
the
but
probability
why
doesn't
would?
have to be it can exist without mathematics.
Hmm.
You just agreed to my example, which
I agree
conveys
with
my
the
entire
example,
yeah
but
so you just conceded to my point. The example conveys my entire point. So you agreeing
why
to the
would?
example means you agree to my point.
No, because
Because
I
my
have a
example,
concession about the example.
yeah, my example, right, is how I explain my point. And if you agree to the example, you agree to the point because the example is just the point, but in a different form, using
If
a hypothetical,
the
right, or a
example
juxtaposition between
didn't
two
how does the
propositions.
example like is the probability like why would probability just be inside of it? You literally said it's a branch of mathematics. So if all of
Okay,
mathematics was erased, why would the branches
if you
not be
destroy like the
erased
trunk
either?
of a tree, do all the branches disappear? No.
What?
If you
But
take a
that's not
flower out of the ground, do all the roots disappear? No.
flowers. Do flowers have roots?
If you rip a flower out of the ground, the roots don't not all of the roots come with it. Let's say you deroot a tree. I mean, let's say you like rip a tree out of the ground. That doesn't mean the roots of the tree are like just gonna all pop out of the ground at the same time. Especially if you're specifically trying to cut down the tree. So cutting down a tree does not equal, right, destroying everything about the tree in its entirety, in its totality.
But those are very different things. Cutting like the main section of mathematics and destroying the concept of mathematics because look I'll show you this right here. I'll show you this.
I
Don't
gave
say
you.
anything.
Okay.
Don't please just let me finish
I
my
am.
topic, okay? All right. Is hold up. Wait, what's probability to you?
It's how probable something is.
Mhm. And would you say that statistics is math
Statistics. Uh, it doesn't have to be inherently. It's special
inherently.
cases.
Do you believe it overall would fall under the mathematics category,
Mm,
such as
I
summarizing
don't
the
agree. I
data
don't
of
agree, but I don't disagree. You can convince me on that.
no, like I mean, like studying like the
I'll
data
take an
of like.
agnostic stance on that question. I'm
All
not
right,
disagreeing with you, but
and
I'm not disagreeing with you.
do you believe like probability is a theoretical branch of mathematics?
I don't care. I'm not answering any of this.
Okay, so
If you're gonna
then
if you're gonna try and premise trap me, at least make it less obvious.
do you think do you think
Yeah, you
probability
laughed because
relates to
you knew I
mathematics?
was right about that, huh?
Stop, bro. Do you think probability relates to mathematics?
I think probably can, but the entire
Okay,
point,
so
like the
can
basic
means
point
that
of probability,
can
is just like something being more probable or not. Actually, if anything, right, you can use mathematics to make it into like a simpler form, but you don't have to specifically use mathematics to decide probability.
why?
I just gave you
Because
reasoning, bro. If I tell you
look,
something, why you just keep
I want
asking
you to
why
show I
to the
want you to
something that
show
I
like
told you?
proof. I want you to show like
I just
proof,
did.
not
You
from
don't.
your
You
knowledge.
can say, okay, let's say, because the basic idea of probability, right, is how, like, which thing is like more probable, or what is more probable, basically, right, or something being more probable than the other. That wouldn't fall into mathematics at all. Let's say like Nate has more probability. Well, has it's more probable for Nate to like beat up Josu in text debate one, right? It doesn't involve any mathematics, but mathematics can be used. It
I
can
don't
be used. It
really
doesn't
like
have to
know
be.
what you're trying to get here with these analogies unless they're axiomatic somehow. But right now,
They don't have to
I'm proving
specifically be
way more proof.
axiomatic for you to agree to them.
They don't make like probability equals a branch of math. I've showed more than enough
You
proof.
can keep you okay. I just told you why it doesn't matter. You can keep saying that it's a branch of math, but I already gave you two examples for it: the water bottle and the one that I just gave with Nate, right? Because it can be more probable for Nate to win this debate in text debate one than Josil. That's not referring to any type of mathematics, is it?
What is a branch?
What do you think mathematics is?
Depends. What definition of it do you want?
Just like mathematics, just that it by itself, just mathematics.
What?
Just mathematics, literally
A
just
field of
mathematics.
study studying math.
Okay, so we know what math is, right? So if Nate is more
So
probable,
quantity.
you know,
So I'd say that.
wait. All right, you know that
Oh, do
math,
you want me to
like
explain it?
to do
Or
math, you usually have to do like numbers or like algebra, but most of the time it's like
you don't.
numbers.
You don't have to do algebra in order to do math.
I said most of the time. You don't have to do it. I just said most of the time. But you know, like most of the time, like well, you know, like usually you use like numbers for like math, right?
Um, sure. Why not?
All right. And you know how like you do like subtraction, division, multiplication, addings, all that for math.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
falls under math.
So,
That falls under
yes,
mathematics.
there you go. So if I'm just saying Nate Josu, I mean it's more probable that Nate is over Josu. I'm not using any of that. I
Well,
just
how do
premise
you find
trapped
the
you.
probability?
It's more
Do you know how to
okay.
calculate? Do you know how to
Just
calculate
by some
probability?
random chance, right? I feel that it's more probable that Nate wins the debate. I don't have to
That's not.
specifically give you a probability, but as
That's
long as
just
it's
gut
it's
instinct.
literally probable.
That's just gut instinct. I can show you why that's just your instinct. And look,
It's just an
I'll teach you.
example.
No, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you what
You know what?
probability
Actually,
is.
since I see Nate like winning in the debate, it's more like in the debate, text debate one, right? If it goes
Nate
on like
does
this,
not win.
I think yes he is. Why do you
Nate does
think he's
not
not
win, bro.
winning?
He's a huge
That's
L.
actually that's irrelevant, right? Let
Nate
let's
is a
just
huge
say
L, bro. He said
let's just
Kara
say
has.
for can I talk? Let's just say like for the for the example, right, that Nate's like low diffing this kid, right? It would be
He's
more
rhetorically
probable.
dominating, for sure.
Yeah, let's just say that it's
Nate.
it would be more probable, right, that Nate wins the debate because he's the one dominating, right? And there's a lot of factors that go into like account when someone is rhetorically dominating another person. You know that, right? Like the person getting
I'd say
dominated gets nervous.
I'd say that probability, like I'd say that kind of probability falls under math.
No, I just told. Okay, if a Nate is more probable of winning, I didn't use anything of what you called math.
I didn't finish explaining what math was. You just kind of cut me off.
I literally asked you. You don't know. You can't backtrack on that and clarify later on. I already asked you multiple times. What do you think mathematics is? And you're like, stuff through math, right? Or whatever you said. Something up stuff about math. And then we
I said
clarified, right,
math.
on what math
I didn't
was.
clarify math. I've been very vague about what mathematics was.
You agreed that math was like subtraction, division, the
I
adding of
agree that there
numbers,
are
the subtraction
branches
of
of
numbers,
math.
whatever.
All I said was there are branches of math.
What? I don't care. I just told you. Okay, we clarified on a definition of math, and I gave you that definition.
What?
Okay,
I did not agree
you
that
said
math was
you
like
actually,
that. When
math
did
is
I
just a
agree that?
shortened version of mathematics. So if you have already like said, right, that what was it? That like math like would pertain to adding, subtracting of numbers, or do you not agree to that?
All the only part of that I agree is that it's a branch of math, which I already stated
You're
before.
not. You're not. Answer the question.
What?
Do you agree? Well, do you know that like math, and like on its own, right, pertains to like the subtraction and the division of numbers specifically?
That it only has them or has them?
It's mainly.
No, I don't agree. That's
Why?
mainly that. Cause I'll show you all the branches of math right here.
I
I'll
don't
educate
care about the
you.
branch.
I'm gonna educate you. I'm gonna
You
educate you
keep no.
because you
You
need to
keep
learn this.
saying this, but then you're just showing
No,
me stuff that I already told you doesn't matter.
no, because I'm gonna
I
show you
told you
why
why
that's not mainly
probability
math.
can exist without math, and
No,
then you're just
I
like,
need to,
no,
I
I'll
need to
just show you the
educate you.
branches
I
of
need
it.
to educate you, bro. I need to
Can you?
educate
You're
you.
doing too much. You're not funny. Nobody's laughing.
I'm not, but like
You're
you're
doing too
literally
much.
saying,
You're
and
doing
you're
too much.
literally,
You're
I'm,
doing way
I'm,
too much.
I'm, I'm educating you.
You're doing
Look,
way too much.
look, but you asked me
If
why.
you
You asked me why they aren't. Like I'm
if
just
already
proving.
agreed, right, that all of that basically includes having to use numbers, most of it at least. So I don't care. I don't get what you're trying to get with that. But right. So what if you
Sorry, prove
had
all of
already
those, or prove majority of those
if
include
you had already
division
agreed,
and
like as
subtraction.
us earlier, right? My example for like probability being able to exist without math, you've already conceded to that. I could use probability manipulation without mathematics manipulation because mathematics manipulation doesn't exist now, right? I can still use
What?
probability manipulation even that it doesn't exist.
I never said that.
Yes, you agreed to the example that I gave.
The water bottle one.
It was either that one or I think the tree trunk one or the flower one. I gave multiple examples and you agreed to that.
I
I
agreed
don't
to the
remember
example,
which
but
specific one you agreed
I
to, but
proved
you
why that
agreed to one
example
of
would
those
be
examples.
invalid because I proved that probability still is under math and still exists.
I just told
Probability
you
is still a branch of
why.
math.
If I give
Probability,
you,
if math
I
is
just gave
gone,
you
it wouldn't
so
Oh
much
my
reasoning,
god. What are you
and
guys
then
arguing about now?
I gave him.
we're arguing
Okay,
that
I
if
keep telling
mathematics is
him,
destroyed,
right?
probability
Hold on,
wouldn't exist.
wait. I told him multiple times, and I gave like so many examples as to why probability manipulation can
But
exist
those
without
examples
mathematics
wouldn't be
manipulation.
like
Basically,
accurate.
right? I'm not finished talking, right? And I basically gave a bunch of examples and reasoning for why probability manipulation can exist without mathematics manipulation. Because we're like saying, right? His character destroyed the concept of math, and then I tried to prove that probability manipulation can exist without like mathematics, right? And then he just keeps saying the same thing over and over again after I've already showed him multiple times, and he agreed to one of my examples on why it doesn't have to
Well, I
exist.
debunked like
One of my examples was like pulling a flower out of the ground doesn't like detach all the roots and like all the roots don't disappear with it, or like cutting down a tree doesn't get rid of all the roots in the ground,
but
or
you'd be
destroying a
erasing the
hey let me
flower.
talk destroying a water bottle, right? Doesn't get rid of the water inside the bottle. You're just destroying the bottle itself, not the water.
Okay, well, that argument would be based off of like destroying essentially a shell for something, right?
Exactly, and that would apply to all
Hold on, hold on,
mathematics.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Shut up, Jax. Right? Uh, and if that's all his character did, that analogy's fine. But if his character destroyed the concept of mathematics, that's everything to
Oh
go
no,
with
it's
it.
not the concept of
Without
math, but like he just
It
destroyed
is.
math, and I agree to it being
That
a
oh
concept.
yeah, math
I'll
is
show you.
conceptual.
We literally
Hold
agree.
on, hold on. Like math is conceptual though. It's not physical.
He can destroy the concept of math. He can destroy concepts, and math is a concept which we already agreed on.
Yeah, I agree to that. I heard you. I agreed to that
Yeah.
earlier.
But
But I
also,
showed
if
you
the analogy was right,
why
then
it doesn't matter.
all these branches like algebra also would still exist, and
I'm
geometry,
not using
calculus.
algebra in my examples.
I know, but they would still be
Yeah, but
like
I don't care about
probable.
algebra.
Yeah, but like
But
if you have,
but I don't care about algebra.
it's making the
That's
same
not at all in my
analogy as that.
argument.
I know, but all I'm talking about is it's the same analogy as that.
But it's not at all in my argument.
I know. I
It
was just
doesn't
making the
matter.
comparison.
It's not at all in my argument. At all.
I'm making the comparison.
You can make a comparison between something that exists in my argument and something that doesn't. That doesn't mean that what you said just exists in my argument magically. If I didn't
Yes,
bring it up,
but
then there's no point in bringing it up.
I already proved like earlier, like you can look at them that probability is a
You just
branch of
gave two
mathematics.
sources, and then I gave reasoning for why it's false. That's all
You
we've done so
didn't
far.
give reasoning. All you did was give examples.
I didn't give reason. What were we arguing about for like the last 10
And
minutes?
I already
Do you know what
told you
reasoning
why
is?
I already told you why these
Actually, no, I gave you
examples don't
multiple
make sense.
examples and propositions as to why my case would be correct. Do you
And
know what that
I
means?
told you why those would be wrong.
Okay, we can just disagree on that then. Hold on, give me a second. You're bad at beatboxing.
Nah, damn, nigga,
What the
Rosie,
world?
I feel so bad, bro.
Wait, actually, hold on, Professor. Do you think, right, if I say that it's more probable, I make, like, my character makes it more probable for me to win, right? Do you think that'd fall under mathematics?
Huh?
Like, do you think if I just said, right, that my character is more probable to win the fight, then do you think that would, like, fall under mathematics?
I don't really think it cares because in inverse equalization, if his character destroyed the concept of math, or really just destroyed math because math is conceptual, it like math would be back in the new verse and he'd have to do that again. And I'm sure he didn't do it instantly with a snap of his finger.
I
So
know, we're just saying, he's not even sure, the problem is, he's not even sure that his character can do it, but I'm just taking his word for it, right?
No, I did. Like I can show you. He can destroy concepts.
well, that's
Mm-hmm.
fun, right? But like even if he can do that, he won't be able to do it in the verse equalize or really reality equalization. Um, like that's like the reason, for instance, like Thanos's Infinity Stones work outside of the Marvel universe and debates. So that same thing applies here. He wouldn't be able to erase the concepts of the new verse you two go into. So it doesn't matter. Probability still works.
Oh,
Alright.
well, rotten.
So you're saying that I can't like erase concepts?
No, your character would have
Like what if it's like
essentially what he'd have there if he can erase concepts. I think that's just like beyond like existence erasure, kind of like reality erasure.
Probability? I'm pretty sure it's an aspect of like reality.
I mean,
What?
fine, yeah, but like even then, like if your character hasn't shown feats of destroying other aspects, then I don't even think you could accurately say reality because
Alright,
conceptual
here.
things are
I'm
just
just gonna
one
show like
of
what
many.
he can do with his lance.
But it's
So
If
Lance.
I'm being honest, I don't really care. That's between you and Kezi. You two have been in here for like 4 hours.
We have.
yeah.
Tired of it.
Alright, here.
It's all his
So
fault. It's your fault.
that's not my fault.
It
I
is your
mean,
fault.
nah, you're the one who said we had to like we had to like argue stats too. This could have
We
just been
did.
like
We already did that.
equal. I know, but now we're arguing like hacks. No, like you're the one who said we had to argue hacks. Now this is
You
taking
said
like
you
an
like
hour,
booty?
bro. What?
You said you like booty?
Yeah. Really, do you?
You're gay.
Kind of like yours though. Oh, lie, bro.
You're stupid.
Can you call me your baka?
No.
Really? This kind of feels like
Actually,
an.
you know that since you do you think right, since the creator like created everything in like the verse, right? That he would have complete arsenal. Like he can create anything.
Mm,
So
depends,
since
cause
he can
like
like
it'd be
create
mainly
anything,
like
he can create himself like any ability he wants to.
yeah, cause like it depend on like how you scale the verse. You need to like scale the cosmology. I like
No,
think
not like I'm not
logically.
talking about like the cosmology, but like the fact that he stated to be able to like create anything he wants to, right?
Well,
So
that's
technically, he'd be
like
able to create his
creation.
own abilities.
I mean, that's just creation.
No,
Like
you know, complete arsenal is like the power of like possessing or harboring all abilities and powers.
yes,
So if my
yeah.
character can create anything, my character can just create like any power it wants to, meaning it would have any power it wants to.
Hmm. I mean, like, where does it, do you have him with creation hacks?
I mean, he can create anything. That's literally
Hmm.
like creation. It's not stated
I
how he
mean,
creates something. It's just like specifically just creates anything he wants to.
yeah, it depends, cause they're like most likely, um, I don't even know
Well,
where it says that you can create, but like,
actually,
if they have the ability to, I don't even know where it says it. I'm just gonna go off the fact that they
the
can.
completely black scan actually says in
If the guy
exchange
can
for
create,
obtaining everything. So technically, this would also like mean right that they can do anything because like they obtain everything in their grasp,
they
meaning that like
lost
nothing's
restrictions
impossible
in
for them.
exchange for
So
obtaining
it'd be
everything.
possible for them to like get complete arsenal via like creating anything they want.
Wait, if they lose the restriction of their own meaning, like, would they even like fight? Or, I don't know, just like
Yeah,
hypothetically,
my character
hypothetically,
technically, I could have been a rat
hypothetically,
and been
hypothetically.
like, oh, my character has non-corporeality or like my character is like non-physical, so you have to prove that your character has like um what is it called? The one that one hacks where you can like touch people that don't well that like are incorporeal or basically
Like,
touch things that are like beyond perception and
like
reality. But I'm
kind of
not a
like
rat.
soul manip, or
Yeah, kinda. If my character had like a soul to begin with, it's no really
yeah. I
way
don't
to
even
prove
think the
that.
creator's like a soul. I think he's more like just like a space of like emptiness.
Yeah, this is basically. I could have just said there's no way to touch him, but I'm not a rat. So like
I
you
mean,
agree there,
no,
right?
like
My
the
character could
creator,
have.
nothing like. Well, I mean, feathering did kind of like do it, but you can just use the fact that it says nothing can like be like touch him. Even the feathering did kind of do it. It's fine. Like for someone who like doesn't know about the verse,
Yeah. So like you
but it
agree
didn't.
that my character is complete arsenal.
What?
You agree that my character is complete arsenal.
No.
I why? Cause like
That's just a complete creation.
no okay what? No, what I'm trying to say actually, if anything, that falls under because you can create your own. Okay, whatever. What I'm
Wait,
trying
what?
to say,
Hold on. I'm
right?
gonna check. I'm gonna check it. I'm
What I'm
gonna
trying
check
to
if
say,
creation. I'm gonna check if complete arsenal falls into creation. Actually, I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
it should because if you can create, if you have complete creation, you can just
I'm
create
just I'm just
anything.
gonna check
Meaning you can
because I
create
could
your
like
own.
use
You
it.
can create your
Yeah.
own abilities.
It'd be pretty good to use against like goons. You can just say they have creation hacks.
Yeah, but
Or
like
Wiki. I'm just gonna see
since
what
my
it does.
character can like created everything or like can create anything or whatever it wants to, right? That would mean he can
Mhm.
create his own abilities, meaning he has all abilities, because he's above all of reality, so nothing's out of his perception. So anything he thinks of, he
Mhm.
can just make it into an ability. So he would have all abilities, and he would also be able to do anything he wants to. And that's also supported by this scan right here that says that they obtain everything, right? And meaning that
Like
since they obtain everything, that would also mean they like be able to do anything by extension, right? Because if you can like if you obtain like all the riches in the world, right? For example, if you obtain like all the money in the world, you can basically like do whatever you want at that point because you have all actually no, that's a bad example. Let's say
that's a
you
bad analogy. But I no,
yeah,
I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean
let's say you obtain all time in the universe, then you could just control the universe.
though. Wait, can you like create destruction? I mean, I don't really
Create
like.
this I mean technically. I mean, you can reverse like casuality itself, but like turning 0 to 1 and 1 to 0, basically skipping the cause and then also skipping the effect of the entire
I
process of
mean,
cause and effect. Because like if you get something from
mhm.
nothing, then you didn't do any cause and you skip to the effect. But if you turn something to nothing, you're just skipping the effect and bringing the cause back into what it was before, basically bringing it into nothingness. So you just be
All right,
skipping one part of the cause and effect.
that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna show like the hacks that he uses with his lance, and then I'm
Oh,
gonna
so you agree to
show.
complete arsenal?
Sure, I'll agree to complete arsenal.
Okay.
I'm gonna show his hacks with his lance, and then I'm gonna show the cosmology hacks that he gets from being a god.
Hmm.
Here,
Since I have complete arsenal, I need to find out what hacks would be best to take you down now.
mhm. And I'm also gonna rescale the cosmology using only the hacks of it. I'm sorry, this is gonna. We're probably gonna be waiting until like 8 o'clock. Realistically, probably. So I'm just gonna copy and paste from my notes, and then I'll like describe it if you need help.
Oh,
Um,
since I've completed arsenal, I have like all hacks and like versus battles and like superpower wiki, right? So my character has absolute erasure. You know what that is?
yeah, Rienhard has absolute erasure too. I can. I'm. I'll. Do I even need to use? I'll just show it. I guess it's fine. Oh, also you're using. He has complete arsenal. Oh my.
Your mic cut out.
Make sure you get your mom on that irate stuff now.
Never had complete arsenal before, so I do not know what to pick. While you get that, I'll just find a hacks. I'll beat you up
What?
for complete arsenal. I don't know what to pick. I've never gotten complete arsenal before.
Oh, also this is based off the. You're using it off of like creation, right? Complete arsenal off of creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or using it off of the black skin.
It's both, whatever.
Just like pick one.
I don't know.
Like, what does he have complete arsenal off of? Just pick one.
You already agreed to it.
Oh yeah, but there's like a higher. There can be like a higher version.
I mean, there's no higher version of complete arsenal.
Yeah, like higher
Just
like
like,
hacks, the higher like dimensionality,
just create anything he wants to.
like yeah, but like what if like somehow he like transcends like creation, right?
That doesn't mean he can't create stuff. If you transcend
No,
dimensions,
like
that
the creation would like be like in like how do I put it? All right, fine, whatever. He has complete arsenal. All right, right here. Um, fine. He's complete arsenal because creation. Okay, now I'm gonna go right here. How about
what is the scale? Like, what hacks does this get him?
who? Oh, I
This.
have Reinhardt complete arsenal too, so it doesn't matter. Right
Mm.
here.
Wait, why?
I'm gonna show you. Where is it? Here. Also, do you understand monster cosmology yet, or
Mm-mm. I figured out what to beat you with though, and just wait for you
oh,
to
cause
scale your
like
character.
because with his Taikyoku, he would have origin manipulation, singularity, complete control over Taiji. I can just use all that to get into complete arsenal. But I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna use the
That doesn't
creation thing.
get him to complete. Whatever.
Look, I'll show. It's fine. I'll show you it later, but I'm gonna show the. I'm gonna show you the. Where's the? What do you want me to send? Alright, it's like I forgot where it is. Oh, here it is. Cancel, and I found it again. Here. He he surpasses all of creation. Like his gaze transcends, just his gaze, it transcends creation. It's above all of like the creation, so like it'd be above like his hacks of creation. And so if you're above something, wouldn't it make sense for you to be able to like
No,
really do it?
I can
Why?
tra- I can okay, I can transcend the like the ability to be able to like create robots. Doesn't mean like I'll beat up every robot.
Wait, what?
I can
Transcend the
transcend the
ability.
ability of
Can you
like,
put it in like a more simpler analogy, because that was kind of like
bruh. All right. So just because someone transcends like creation doesn't mean that they can like create anything they want. Let's say like you transcend all universes. That doesn't mean you can like create any universe you want. Or like you transcend all space and time. That doesn't mean you can create any universe you want to.
Mm-hmm. All right, hold up. I'm
It's not
gonna
like,
origin manipulation is not popping up. I don't know why.
yeah, it's not like, it's like if you're transcendent of time, that doesn't mean you can create like time, like different flows of time. It doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right, here. I'm just gonna send you origin manipulation right here, a link for it. But
Mhm.
it would give him complete arsenal.
Well, why?
I'm gonna show you. Let me just find it. Okay, come on. All right, here. Well, let's use this right here. Also, do you agree that
Why does it give him more origin manipulation?
Oh, I was scaling off of Taikoku. Remember the Taikoku?
It just makes you a higher dimensional being.
No, Taikoku has origin manipulation too. I already
Why?
proved that. Were you not paying attention, bro?
No.
I'll rescale all of my stuff.
You no, don't rescale all of it. Just why does it have origin manipulation? You gave me so many scans. I don't know how I'm supposed to memorize all that.
All right, here. I have a simple, just one scan for it. Where is it? Let's find it. Taikoku. Come on, Taikoku.
I can hear my mic through yours. That's crazy.
Really? My mic's kind of shit, so.
Wait, what?
My mic kind of sucks.
I know.
Really, bro. Here. Do you know what origin means?
Yep. The source of
So,
something.
it states right here, Taikoku is the origin of all things in Onmyo-odi, the way of yin yang taiji, and the concept pointing all the way to the nucleus of the universe. So, the origin
So you're
of
basically
everything.
saying since Taikokyu is the origin of all things, and you can use Taikokyu, you can use all like you can use the origin of everything.
Bro, come on, you're supposed to pretend they don't use
Is that what you're trying to
Taikoku.
say or not?
No, I'm gonna re-explain the gods.
Bruh,
Because
no.
you don't
Literally,
understand how it works.
cause I
You don't
don't read.
understand
I don't know what this verse is.
You don't understand how it works.
You said
You don't
okay. You
understand how Taikoku
said right. It
works.
says on the scan Taikokyu. Oh wait,
I need to show you how it works.
Taikyoku,
Also, I'm
right?
gonna show you how
Oh
Taikoku is creation
no. Hold
manipulation.
on, hold on. It says right
Whatever.
that Taikyoku is the origin of all things, right?
And I'm gonna show you. Hold up. I'm gonna show you this too. Hold up. I'm not done yet. I'm also gonna show you his
No,
creation
just
manipulation
answer the
through
question.
what?
You're saying right that Taikokyu, well in the scan, right, it says that Taikokyu is the origin of everything.
I don't know. Does it say it?
All right, so if it's the origin of everything,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
and you can use Taikokyu, why does that mean you can control like origin of everything?
Look, Taikoku is the origin of all things, and the origin of all things, like the gods, like each god can they have their Taikoku, and they can control like how the Taikoku works, so they can erase the Taikoku. They can
You're
destroy,
just
make
controlling its
breed more
functionality,
Taikoku.
not like not like manipulating it as a whole. Like
If
they're not
human,
making
no,
the
they can
Taikokyu like
manipulate.
appear physically,
They
are
can
they, or anything like that goes under manipulation?
they can manipulate the Taikoku. They literally
Okay,
Taikoku is
what?
like a painting and a painter.
Yep, cool.
Hold up, let me show you.
What type of like the thing you brought up wasn't
Alright,
actually manipulated. I'm pretty sure it wasn't manipulation. Like if they don't
it is.
show,
I'm gonna show. Hold on. Let me just finish my scans. I'm gonna show you why Taikoku it can actually be used. I'm gonna
just
show you.
stop
Just let me
sending
finish, please.
scans. Just show the scan, highlight it, and then like explain it. You just keep sending like bare scans. I can't. I'm not reading all that.
Why? You
I'm
said
not reading 3 paragraphs just to
bro.
come to one conclusion.
You're supposed to read stuff, bro. Like, come on, bro. Look, I'm gonna show you why Taikoku can be used and manipulated. Do you know what painting is?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Are
Do you
you
know
gonna
what
say that
painter
because you
is?
paint on a canvas, you manipulate the canvas?
No, what?
I hope not.
Painting is manipulating the painting. Look, when you paint
What?
a face,
No. Oh,
when you paint a
see,
face,
you made an argument
aren't you
even worse.
describing how it
Oh
goes?
my goodness. Okay.
Taikoku is the origin, right?
Manipulating a
Taikoku is the origin.
no. Hold on. Painting, like on a canvas, is not manipulating the painting.
It's
You are just
dude.
adding. You are just adding.
That's a bad
Hold on.
that's a bad
You
analogy I
are
made.
just.
But
Let me
look,
talk. Wait. No, hold on. You're just adding layers on, like a color onto the painting. You're not manipulating it. You're just. If anything, that's a creation feat. You're just creating more space on the painting. You're not manipulating it.
look. Can you just let me go?
Bruh.
Let me speak, please, bro. Look, all those show that one Taikoku allows you to paint over creation and create creation, and see all creation below as a canvas and paint over it. Taikoku is
It's not
all
manipulation.
origins, and Taikoku has been declared to be the origin of all things in creation. And Taikoku laws paint over this with its own Taikoku only seen as a canvas. So all gods would have origin, manipulation, immunity, and laws and origin to it separated from the Apollica to their hacks. Moreover, the Taikoku. Hold on, I think I have this in my
So
notes.
you're just saying because they can manipulate
I'm
a
gonna copy and
Taikokyu,
paste it so
they
you
can
can read it,
manipulate
because I don't think
origin?
you really pay attention to my words.
You're not explaining it right.
Just read it. Just read it, bro.
Bruh.
Read it. And read all the scans too. And the second and third scans prove that he is creation manipulation.
Creation creation manipulation doesn't scale anywhere.
I don't know, he has creation the same hacks as the creator has. He can create, he has creation, and
That
he can
doesn't.
create anything he
Can he
wants.
create an infinite amount of something?
No, he can create.
So
Look
he
right
can't
here.
create an
Look,
infinite amount of
the
something.
well, his
You know
creation
that the creator can
transcends.
create an
It's
infinite amount
above
of
the
anything he
concept of
wants.
infinity. So it's above
No.
the concept of infinity. So
Why?
I think. Can you read the scans, please?
Oh my goodness.
Can you at least if you're gonna try and be ratty, can you at least
Explain it.
read
Like you just keep sending a bunch of scans.
read them? It's not that hard to read. Are
You
you
sent
you need me to read
3,000
them out to you like a baby?
scans. Oh my goodness. The only way, the literal way you got to the conclusion of origin manipulation is that you can use Taikokyu. That's literally all you said. That's that's not how it works. It's not at all how it works.
Sorry, I had to go. My mom needed me something.
Mhm.
Did you
So
take the
what I'm
time to
from what
actually
I'm
read them?
reading from your
Did you have
origin manipulation
did you read
thing,
them?
bro, all I
Did you
see
take
right
the time to
here
read them?
is exactly what I've said you've been saying. You basically
What?
said that since Taikokyu is over creation and they have Taikokyu, they have origin manipulation.
What? No, I proved. Here. I'll show you this. Can you look at the first scan? Actually, scroll even above that. When I scaled the cosmology, scroll all the way to like
I'm not
342.
scrolling all the way up. I just want to know why you have origin manipulation.
Alright, look. Taikoku equals the origin of all things, and the origin
So
of all things.
Taikoku is the origin, okay? Where
And
have
now
they
click on
manipulated that
Click on
origin?
origin manipulation.
I'm on it, dude. I
It
don't care.
says the
So,
power to manipulate the origin of everything. And now I'm gonna
okay,
show
so
you
when do
why
they
God. Now I'm gonna.
manipulate
No, can
Taikoku?
you finish, please? Can you finish, please? You're shotgunning.
How am I
So now I'm
shotgunning
gonna.
you? I asked you a question.
No, because I'm talking still. I didn't even finish. Why
That
are you
doesn't
asking
mean
me
I'm
a question?
shotgunning you.
I didn't even finish my point.
That doesn't mean it's a shotgun.
Dude, can you let me finish, bro? Like,
All right.
so look, I proved that Taiko is the origin of everything. Now I'm gonna prove why. I have to scale the cosmology for this again because
Just say it first.
I have to. All right,
No, just say it
they
first.
because they can manipulate Taikugu. And now I'm
Why?
gonna scale the cosmology and prove that.
No, just show me like at least one or two scans and just them
It's like
manipulating
30
Taikokyu.
scans. It's like 30 scans, bro.
You don't, bro.
I don't want you
Yeah,
to be ratty if I don't
just
show
one
everything.
example. All I
You're
need is one
ratty, bro.
example.
You're ratty.
I'm
You're
not
ratty. You're gonna be
ratting. You're not
ratty. You
explaining
are
this
ratty.
stuff.
Look, I'm gonna
Just show
explain it
me
like a
one
baby.
example of them manipulating Taikokyu, bro. That's all I
Okay.
need.
All right. Here. Do you know what Allah is?
Mhm.
Like no, like for like a Hado law.
No. What is it?
Basically, every single Gudo and Hado god has their own law. Okay. Rienhard's law is, well, I'm not going to use this because it's really ratty, but it's to be above anyone. So basically, no one, like, he always transcends a person. But since we both agree they're boundless, like, let's not use that because you can't like, get above boundless. So, but when you use the law, it's reliant on the Taikoku value. The power of it is reliant on the Taikoku value and how the law is like. I forgot how to English like formed, and like I'm gonna prove one scenario of them of Hado gods like manipulating Taikoku because it says right here with Taikoku, although reality cannot be harmed as you paint it, reality can easily destroy the picture. And it says attacks from high to low dimensions with Taikoku is easier than twisting the hand of a baby. So what is
No, actually,
Taikoku?
you can
What?
have origin manipulation. My character has it too.
Um okay.
Yeah.
So we both have origin manipulation.
Yeah, you have it, but I have it too. I have complete arsenal, remember?
Um, complete arsenal is under origin manipulation. It's
No,
an
it's
application of it. Yep. With origin, if you have origin manipulation, you have complete arsenal
no,
too.
but the point of complete arsenal, right, is having every ability.
So
Specifically,
what?
or
Pick
probably
an
most
pick an
likely,
ability that picking. All right.
they're
Can you
most
show that?
likely talking
Show
about,
that.
right, all the abilities, like apart from the abilities they have in the show, but like all abilities on no, on Superpower Wiki, right? So if I
So what?
have all the abilities,
So what?
I would also have
So what?
origin manipulation. I
So
don't get
what?
how that's an application of this.
I have origin manipulation too. So I have
Okay,
complete
cool.
arsenal
So
too.
they can't. That's what I'm saying. They cancel out. So
So
you just
we
went on this
tied.
entire point for
So it's a
nothing.
stalemate.
No, what?
So
No.
then neither of us win since you both have complete arsenal.
You don't have. Oh. Well, no. We still. That
And
doesn't mean we'd
I'm
stalemate
not even in singularity. But
unless you could find a
can you
hacks
please
that could beat the hacks that I'll find.
But can you please prove that origin manipulation? Can you like just go through all of them and like prove that origin manipulation is a complete arsenal?
I didn't say that it was complete arsenal.
Alright, then what do you
You
think?
said that. You want me to prove something
Alright.
you said? Oh my
No,
goodness.
you misunderstood my statement. You're saying that. Hold up, I gotta do something real quick.
Not since we both have complete arsenal. Then, right? How about we just both, right? We both go find a random hex, and then we come back, and whoever has the better hex just wins the fight at that point.
Bro, I just want to stalemate. It's getting kind of
I
like
mean, we
long, and I have to
can,
go at
but
six
I want to
o'clock.
find a good
I
hex
have,
to use with
I
complete
have to go
arsenal.
at 6 o'clock. So can you just like
Uh, Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro, please. Like, let's just like stalemate because we both have complete arsenal, and we both are boundless. So like, nothing we can do is like,
Sure. Whatever.
all right,
All right. I
take the
win because my
concession.
character beats
GG's.
yours up.
Take that concession. GG's.
That wasn't a concession.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. All right. Here, I'm just gonna tell like Ajax to do it.
Mm. I still made with it a C plus. Give me my C plus rank, bro. I
Hmm.
don't want. I got D just
Dude,
because of one anti
Reinhard
feat.
is dude. Reinhard is outer realistically. I was just saying like, you know that right?
Mm.
Reinhard caps at outer realistically.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Like Dead Boy, like you should like ask Dead Boy for help with Masada and like debunking it.
Mhm.
I
I'm
can't believe
deleting
I
all my
stalemated.
scans because I want to debate someone right after this, like someone else.
Okay. Oh, can you just like do purge
Yeah, I
like
can.
everything there?
Well, I
What?
don't. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, just purge everything there because it's like it like floods the whole chat basically too. So use
Bruh.
question mark. Use question mark. Question mark.
I almost forgot what the question mark is.
Oh, you guys don't have Dino? What?
We do.
No, you do have Dino. It's just not working.
Bruh.
Bro, what?
Forget it. You can delete. You could. Yeah. Wait. Do you have mod? Oh no, you don't. You want me to
No.
delete your stuff too?
Yeah.
All right. I have to delete so much.
I'm
It's like
sorry, but I did
3,000
post a lot.
scans, man.
It kind of sucks. I just didn't want you like scrolling up, you know, because like, dude, you know what my friend does?
AIDS, cocaine.
What? No, like he scales Sung Jinwoo, but he uses like he sends like whole like pages. He sends like 30 scans, and each scan is like a page long. And he says you have to, and then he just says like random shit, and like some of it's actually true, some of it's not. But then they have to like he like tells them to like read the scans, and like
Yeah,
he
that's
says I have all the
shotgunning.
proof there. What?
That's shotgunning.
No, I know, but like usually like people like he just says like the proof is already there, and like sometimes we'll just concede against him.
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's argumentum ad verbosium too.
What?
Pretty sure that's argumentum ad verbosium too.
Yeah, I think it is. Wait, do you debate IRL or
No.
no? Why? It's so fun. You should try it.
Mm.
I mainly do IRL. Like, I'll teach you how to teleological argument. I'm learning about it right now. We can learn about it together, you know? Have our,
Mhm.
like, late night, like, FaceTimes. And have a relationship. Maybe some kids. Thinking what I'm thinking, bro.
What?
Like, have, like, a relationship.
That's weird.
Kidding, bro. Wait, why'd you even get your C plus, like, negged?
I didn't have C plus. I had C, but I got it neg because this kid Spade. He's like Luffy. He debates Luffy, right? And we did Luffy versus Naruto. Hold on. Yeah, but we debated like Naruto versus Luffy. We spent like 3 hours. Well, around like 3 hours, and he just kept having contentions with everything I said. And then after a while, my rhetoric started getting worse, and then I just kept getting. I ended up starting like being retarded. I was still winning the debate, but my brain capacity had like limited itself. My head was hurting after that. come I Jinchuriki negged? What the world? Wait, am I
What?
gonna get a